Hi, and welcome to our webcast. Our webcast today is going to give you tips for teaching digital citizenship in your classroom. When you're going to teach digital citizenship, you need to make sure that when you plan your lesson that you include the following 5 topics in your lesson. You may always add to these topics, but it's important that you include at least these 5 topics. These are the definition of digital citizenship, the rights and responsibilities of a digital citizen, digital netiquette, password tips, and internet and social media safety. So the definition of digital citizenship, what is it? Well, digital citizenship can be defined as the norms of appropriate responsible behavior with regard to technology use. So basically, how you behave online affects the behavior of those around you, just like how you behave in the real world affects the behavior of those around you in the real world. You also want to include the rights and responsibilities of a digital citizen. These rights are access and participation, free speech, privacy, physical and psychological safety, and the safety of your identity. The responsibilities include respect and civility to yourself and others, protecting your rights and property as well as protecting the rights and property of others, and of course, respectful interaction with those around you. Third, we have digital netiquette. Now, what exactly is digital netiquette? Sounds like etiquette, right? Well, digital netiquette is just exactly that. It's netiquette for the digital world. So, you want to be courteous, obviously, be nice to those that you interact with. Use the golden rule. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So that means treat people the way you want to be treated. You should think before you post, and of course refrain from flaming, which flaming is just flat out mean, verbal, aggressive, angry behavior towards others online. Email guidelines. You need to remember when you're teaching your students that how they behave online through emails is not only important today, but it's important in their future as well. So when you're emailing, you need to remind your students, don't use sarcasm, attach files that can actually be opened, keep the files small. No one wants to open a file that takes 20 minutes just for it to download. Use the BCC, which BCC stands for blind carbon copy, which means when you're sending a group email, everyone that you're sending it to cannot see or access the other people's email addresses. You want to fill in the subject line on all emails. Now, no one wants to open an email if they can't read the subject, and a lot of times people will delete that email before they even read it. And of course, you don't want to type in all caps. When you type in all caps, people think you're yelling at them, so that goes back to treating people the way you want to be treated. Password tips. When you're creating your passwords for the many accounts that we have to have passwords for these days, you want to make sure to keep these following tips in mind. 1, don't give your passwords out to anyone. 2, don't make it obvious. Don't make it something that someone can guess very easily. You want to have more than one password. It's the third tip. If you have as many accounts as I do and you have one password for all those accounts, if someone was to guess that one password, they would have access to everything that I have that is password protected, and that can be a very dangerous situation. You don't want to use your nickname, phone number, date of birth, anything that can be easily guessed as your password. And finally, we have internet, social media, and safety guidelines. Now, it's important when you're teaching your students that they learn these guidelines for internet and social media safety, especially with all of the students that are on Facebook, Snapchat, Kik, Twitter, and all the numerous social media outlets out there. So you don't want to share your name, address, phone number, password, or your vacation plans. Chances are if you put that you're going out of town online, when you come back, you may not have anything left in your house because everyone knew you were going to be out of town. You don't want to add people online as friends if you don't know them. You want to protect your digital footprint. Once again, treat others the way you want to be treated. Tell someone right away if you come across something or someone that makes you uncomfortable. Now, this is really important with all the sexual predators out there. Don't do anything that hurts other people or is against the law. Of course, here it is again, think before you post, and always use the strongest security settings. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to our webcast, and we hope you found it useful and informative. Thank you.